Hello and welcome back to A Rum Story, where I've just spent a long 2 days in Los Angeles seeking the source of rum. Where I've made many new friends and even discovered how rum is made in a distillery by a rumsmith. I have now reached my Tiki friends, where I'm learning about a brand new culture, and the source of rum is within my grasp! Yes! 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 Within my grasp!
And understand these days why you'd want to escape and go into a place where there's no clocks and there's no pressure and you just hang out and you just drink rum. I understand all of that. What I don't understand is that you guys talked about a revival of Tiki, because I can't understand why that would ever die off, because surely that's something everyone would love and want permanently. What went wrong?
Sven could probably answer that, with the...
What happened starting in the mid-60s and then especially in the late 60s, this huge so-called generation gap happened with the young people disowning the culture of their parents and grandparents. Those long-haired guys with the beards,
Easy now. This is my Tiki. This is my totem.
Just so-called hippies. And this is not a criticism. It's just a fact. It's a historical fact. It was, in a way, it was a natural and necessary historical evolution that these kids were, showing their parents that, they weren't doing everything right. Yeah. But, they sort of disowned their parents' culture wholesale. And in the process of that, the things that were cool and creative and unique, like Tiki style, right, was also thrown onto the trash heap. And it was such a complete disowning it that by the late 70s, and especially in the 80s, it was completely gone.
I love this idea of Tiki. I love the idea that you come out of the mundane world, you find yourself your own little drinking spot where there's no clocks, there's just totems, and you did some dedicated time to drinking and chilling out and relaxing and embracing life. Does that sound about right?
Sounds perfect.
Sweet.
Sounds great.
I love that idea. But, where did it come from? That can't just have been a blip. Where did it all start?
Don the Beachcomber. So Don the Beachcomber started in 1933, the day after Prohibition.
Oh.
I came to understand that Dom the Beachcomber was an explorer and adventurer, much like us in the guild, who then took his knowledge and became a pioneering bartender and restaurateur. Dom created a paradise which anyone could walk into and escape the mundane in their lives. His mastery of hospitality, fine rums, and good cheer became the stuff of legend.
So Don the Beachcomber sounds amazing. They had free-flowing rum and celebrities coming down there, and they even had their own rainstorm.
It was just a garden hose on a tin roof. It was just a little hole in the wall in McAdam Place.
McAdam Place?
Yeah, it's in Hollywood, just down the road here.
It's just down the road?
Yes.
All right, I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. I'm off.
Alrighty then.
To Don the Beachcomber, hey? All right, see you later.
It had become clear that all of this started with Don the Beachcomber. Finally, the source was within my grasp. If I could meet with Don and learn his secrets, surely I could return to the guild victorious with the greatest of all rums. With my trusty companion and his steed, progress was swift. We followed our noses, and the exact address written on the back of my card, until we found it. The source.
Alright, this is it.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Hey, I'm looking for Don the Beachcomber, source of the original rum. It's here inside.
Oh, that was gone, man.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone where?
Decade. I don't even know what rum is.
No. What these years? Damn you, stranger. Damn you!
I need to think. How could Dom's be gone? How could the trail have gone cold? After all the people I've met and all the things I've learned, how can I be no closer to the source? But of course, I know where I have to go. My quest continues for the guild! Finally, after months of travel, my guild senses told me I'd made it to the Caribbean. All I had to do... You've got me again, stranger. With no form of transportation in sight, I realized I'd need to make my own way back to the ocean. And so, in time-honored guild tradition, I leaped gracefully into the nearest river. For the guild!